Chickity check, 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 check. Are we coming in loud and clear? That's a chickity check, 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 check. Alright. Those levels are looking pretty good. Woo! What has it been, a million years? When I tell you we've had some technical difficulties. Hi. We've had some difficulties. But we're back. The warm-up music! I needed it. I needed to feel hyped about this session because you know what? Man, the internet, the computer, the Wi-Fi, the iPad, the iPhone. Which thing is giving us the problem? I don't know. Do the Apple people know? No. We got it fixed today. God is good. Woo! Alright. Welcome back. This is SuperDoomSword. We're here on another drawing night. We are gonna start working on a project that's a little bit more insight towards me as an independent artist versus just doodling around. We're in the very, very early stages right now of plotting out our first sticker sheet. I called it a pack, but it's really just one sheet. Maybe we'll divvy it up later into a pack. But yeah, we're taking inspiration from some of the stuff I've sculpted. Some of just like the genre theme sort of stuff that I really resonate with, kind of the vibe of my name, my artist name, SuperDoomSword, being a little bit fantastic, a little bit weird and creepy, a little bit arcadey and video gamey. We're doing a little bit of all of that for this first sticker pack, so I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I have my phone also projecting the image today for the first time of what my iPad looks like with my hands, not just what's on screen, but me pressing the button. So hopefully that will be helpful to people that were like confused about what sort of options I was pressing behind the scenes in the past. Well, that said, my iPhone is hotter than a Toyota summer clearance event already. So we'll see how long that holds up for. We're trying to do a 2-hour stream. Maybe this iPhone will blow up in my face. We'll see. So, I guess we'll first take a look at just some of the early sketches, preliminary ideas that I had for the sticker sheet, and then kind of just talk out loud and ideate on what we want to see, and go forward with which one I think I'm going to be drawing tonight. All right, it's painting time. I'm going to switch up the vibe a little bit here too. Let's see, where was I before? Let's try this playlist out. The 90s baby in me is singing right now. This is like the backbeat to every R&B song that's playing on the school bus that used to pick me up to go to and from school. Alright, so what are we looking at? We're looking at a couple concepts. There's obviously a big missing space there in the middle, and that space is reserved for a grumble, and not just any grumble, the new grumble. Yeah, you heard me correctly. We're designing a new grumble. So things are going to change up a little bit. We are going to be switching over from the old design to something that I think is going to be a little bit more playful. Something that can stretch a little bit farther. Something that's not such a pain in the ass to mold and cast. Yeah, so that's what that empty spot is. But as far as these other spots, what are we looking at? So, obviously there's just a smaller carbon copy of the SuperDoomSword arcade cabinet that I have, you know, roughly sketched up and made for this, for all of this. Look, I'm trapped in the box of emotion. I designed this so I'm not just like, you know, a floating video with no other design about it. Oh yeah, how's that look? Hello. Pretty fingers. Yes. So the arcade cabinet is something that's very influential to me as an 88 child, growing up to the 90s, loving arcades. You know, I missed the early 80 arcade craze, but it was something that was always so iconic for me. I loved, you know, the best as a child was going to a birthday party where the parents were just late picking you up, and everyone was at the movie theater in the arcade room afterwards. We were getting the claw machine stuffies by the oodles and boodles. People were winning at Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That was the type of arcade cabinet that I wanted to kind of harken on nostalgia-wise with the SuperDoomSword name. So this is obviously a very flat angle, looking straight ahead at you like this. An arcade cabinet really shines on its side panels. That's where a majority of the artwork goes. So I think we're going to put that on a 45, meaning turn it just slightly from being like this to like this, so you see a little bit of both sides. You see this side and you see this side. And then we can fill up the side with a bunch of SuperDoomSword themed things on the arcade cabinet. What those are, we're still exploring. Maybe this sword. So this sword is my first idea of what a SuperDoomSword might look like. It's already a Doom sword. It's already bad. But then this alien monstrous sort of thing also inhabits it. Very inspired by Nightmare from Soul Calibur, if you've ever played those games. So now it's not just a Doom sword, it's a Super Doom sword. So that's the first idea on that sword. There's a new iteration of the mana bottle. I had a mana bottle that I did. Can I show you on this thing? Let me see. I had an old mana bottle I did as a sticker. Can you see that? There you go. This is all like 16-bit inspired, but the rest of my drawings don't look like that. I wanted to kind of pull everything together visually. So this is the new mana bottle for now. I'm pretty stoked on that one. We might do some touch-ups later, a little couple things, but that's really what I want. Those poppy lines, kind of a mix of more of a painterly look with a super cartoony look. Yes, the SuperDoomSword logo. I've been using this one for a minute. It has to change. Not by much. We're onto it, but some of the paint drips you can see, those are just kind of stamps. It's a little bit of a lazier put together one, so I had a new sticker for the bunny that you see down below when I was doing a little presentation of that at an art show. But I want to go back and I want to tighten up the SuperDoomSword logo and make the pink spray paint look really cool. So that is on the to-do list. Now the bunny on the bottom right is an early drawing iteration of this little toy, which only a few people have seen. So this is a premiere for a lot of people. This guy is called Basic Cable, and this is a 13-piece original sculpture, molded, casted. This has got a vacuformed front, a lenticular lens, so it changes the hypnosis swirl in the middle. The ears are a piece, this frame is a piece, the TV here is a separate piece. We have a neck piece, a body piece, a tail piece, bottom fluff. I mean, I was out of my mind. What a psychopath. Very, very cool. I'm going to be doing some custom stuff like this. I will be putting them out. I have a couple corrections and stuff I want to do to tighten them up. I will be putting out a small quantity of these, but then I will be doing some changes, because 13 pieces is just insane to be able to put something like that together. We're gonna shrink it down a little bit. We're gonna make it a little bit easier for the future. Those are some of the projects that we're working on. The one that I have not talked about, the little cute munchkin on the bottom left. Who's that little guy? That was a little sketch the other day from... I got you, dude. I absolutely have you. I'll make a custom XVR one for you. I would love to. This guy right here, the only one I kept from the group, and he's got a missing finger. I haven't replaced that yet, but this cutie was for something called Game of Shrooms, and it happens every year. I think it's actually coming up right now, where people make mushroom-inspired art, and they hide out in nature, and people can collect it and find it based off of the geotags and the secrets that people leave behind to find their artwork. So last year I participated for the first time. I made 4 of them, put out 3. So this guy, this cutie, is called Boar Snore the Floor Spore. Boar Snore the Floor Snore. Newest member of the SuperDoomSword family. This is a cutie from last year. At the time, I made him flat, so it's an easy open back pour, right? Or what I thought would be easy. And then he lays down because he's always sleepy. This is inspired by Totoro, Snorlax, you know, all the big sleeps. Gudetama, all the big sleepies. Love that guy. I want to work a little bit on that today. So unless there are any objections, we're going mushroom. Love Borsnor. And Borsnor loves you. Hail to the Borsnor. Alright. So. Ha. Excellent. Can we see this okay on the bottom there? Yes, that's nice. Okay. So, this was a little preliminary sketch. Here, I'm going to zoom it in on the bottom so you can see this a little bit better. Because it doesn't do it to my main screen. This is a little preliminary sketch of just an idea of what he would look like in nature. It's cute, 2-minute little drawing, but I don't like how boring and like backyardy it is. Dandelions, basic ass rocks. This just seems like it's someone's. I want this to be a little bit more magical, right? Because that's the whole thing with SuperDoomSword. It's magic, baby. So, coming up with some ideas. Passing the metaphorical idea ball back and forth with my wife a couple minutes ago. We were talking about, thank you, sweetie, doing some sort of feel of floating downstream or fishing. We talked about hiding like in a tree or a hole from the rain, right? And then sleeping in a bird's nest. These are some of the preliminary ideas. I was thinking that maybe we could combine some stuff. I really like the idea of doing a tree. Uh-oh. A tree where it's raining outside. So he just passes out, but he's sleeping like in some animal's home in the tree. I like that as an idea. And I think that that kind of is more like this kind of sort of thing. Maybe he's like half in, half out. Or maybe he's in a little bit more and the nest is like here. And he's sleeping down here somewhere like this, right? And there's like a squirrel over here and a bird over here or something, and they're like staring at him pissed off while it's raining, and I'll chill outside, and there's some trees in the background. And what? That looks like a bunch of scribbles? No, it doesn't. You don't see the mushroom in the forest with the rain outside and the bird and the squirrel yelling at him? You're crazy, dude. Alright, so let's get that gobbledygook off the screen for a second. The other idea is this fishing thing. I really like the fishing thing. I kind of like the idea of them being on like a lily pad or something. A lily pad I thought would be kind of cute. What else could he be sleeping on? If not a lily pad, he's got to be like on the bank, you know, in the reeds or something. But I think that's two solid starts to go off of. And then we can kind of pick which one we like more. What's going to be more dynamic or tell more of a story. Capture the vibe, you know? The vibe. Let's see. Alright. Let's hop in. So, we'll shrink this guy down. Put this with all of our idea stuff over here. Get rid of it for the time being. A lily pad. Cool. Alright. So now if he's doing the lily pad thing, or a big pine cone, sitting on the pine cone for fishing? Oh, like the pine cone's floating in the water. That's interesting too. I kind of like that idea as well, actually. I think that if he's on a pine cone, he'd have to be keeping his balance a little bit more. But we can mess with that idea. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Chewy, chewy. What happened? Does it say it's Tuesday right now or something? Does it say Tuesday stream? Did I mess that up? I'll adjust it afterwards when it becomes a VOD. Welcome, dude. Welcome, my brother. We're talking about Boar Snore the Floor Spore and some designs for him. It would be hard to lie down on the pine cone, yeah. But that's not to say it can't happen. I don't think he... What's going on here? There we go. I don't think that he's going to be lying down. I think if he's going to be fishing, he's going to be like sitting, sleeping. And then we'll have him laying down in the other one. What's Bofa? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Who let this hooligan in the chat? Alright, here we go. Let's do the lily pad first. So we're gonna do something. Oh, and I'm just using like a charcoal right now because I don't want to have the lines be too particular. I just want to kind of rough out a shape. So let's make this a little bit bigger so you guys can kind of see what's going on. What my idea is. Yeah. Alright, so we had a lily pad there. I think he's gonna be... Is it like head forwards or head back? I think head forwards you won't be able to see him. So we need to have... He's still kind of sitting though. I'm gonna have a foot over here. A little bit more girth. Like that. Oh, I did write Tuesday. Alright, I will adjust that. Yeah, you can put out like an auto schedule, but then I guess it goes off of the old day because it's reading yesterday's thing, I think. Alright, so we're gonna have like a hand here. And kinda here. Oh, I guess it's gonna be out a little bit if this thing's gonna be like... You know, I feel like if I'm going to play with this sort of angle and have him fishing with this going like into the foreground, I have to make this more of a square pattern. Kind of like the one up top. I was going to try and do one where it's just like based around the shape itself, but I think this is going to have to go in here. Because otherwise having this hollow spot in the middle of the sticker like that, it's going to be a nightmare. He's got his other foot here. He's got a lily pad. If that's the case, then the water can be like... There's a clump of land over here and some reeds over here. The reeds, and then we got the landmass in the background, and the trees are over here. And we've got these mountains back here. All we've got in mountains. Sky. Design one. All right, something like that. We rough that one out. That's an interesting shape. So let's go with the second one now and do a quick rough of what that would look like. So first we need a realistic looking knot hole in the side of a tree. So let's start with a circle and then kind of adjust the there you go. That's the hole in the tree. And we can see outside of it now. Okay. Whoopsie. Let's put this on a separate track. We can get rid of this one. Let's blow this one up now. This playlist is working for me. Alright, so if that's there, then the little nest thing that he would be in would be like here, right? Something like that. And then oh, let me put on my power glove. Glove up. All right. So that'll be the cave sort of thing, right? And we have some sort of nest that'll be here. Okay, so he would be passed out, I guess, something this way. Kind of arm hanging off, doing the lazy hang. This would be more out like here. Outside, and then what, a squirrel over here or something maybe? Tweaking out big ass eyes. That's kind of fun. Seems like a squirrel's bed. This is another giant sticker though now. It seems like a whole scene. This is too big, I think. It's too big of a scene. Then again, I guess if it's in a box, it wouldn't be any bigger than the other one. Seems like a lot of storytelling for a sticker. I think I'm gravitating towards this guy. I guess the only alternative that I'm thinking is if I just do the bird's nest. Right? Dang. Okay, let me try. So if we did... I think this is a more interesting angle. Feels like head's back here and belly's here. Oh, I like that. And feet. Feet here. Arm kind of hanging off the side. This leg would actually be way down here. Okay, so this is the nest, and he's sleeping there. And then we got like... I'll have to look at a reference for the bird. This little pissed off fucking bird. As they should be. These little guys there. Okay, so maybe that's mama bird. Oh, I get it now. Okay. I kind of like this. That's mama bird. And baby birds are getting squished underneath him. I'm trying to climb out. This one's like trying to push himself. There's one back here. I kind of like, that's fun. And then that's contained enough that I don't think I need to make a whole rectangle for it. That could just be the shape itself with some funny angles. Okay. So, I guess here's the question. Here's the question now. I don't think I want to do Squirrel Den. Squirrel Den with the tree outside is too big. It's Boar Snore sleeping in a bird's nest, squishing all the baby birds they're trying to get out, and he's like oblivious. He's just completely asleep. Or Boar Snore in a sitting position, still passed out, on a lily pad fishing in the water. Serene background. Nature. Decisions. Hi, Lisa. Fishing. Serene. Not pissing off the baby birds. Okay. Thank you for that. That's what we'll do then. Okay, we've got 2 votes for fishing. Puts more of the focus on the Boar Snore. That's fair. Okay, cool. So, let's move into the next phase. Man, it is hot in this room. Okay. Do we still have the heat on? I think I'm gonna turn the fan on. One minute or less. I was cooking there. All right, we got the air going in the room again. Here we go. So we can get rid of this guy now. We have this guy for reference again. Boar Snore the Floor Spore. So we'll go off of that. So what I'm gonna do here, what is good for your guys' screen? Oh, the whole thing. Okay, great. Do something like that. Okay. And then we'll turn the level way down. And then, you know what? Let's transition out of this dark print. And go over to sketch mode. Okay. Here we go. Let's just go black for now. Alright, so I did kind of a huge umbrella on him. And the way that I had the original toy was a lot flatter. More like a parasol almost. So. More like that. Way. A little bit of a bump up here. Not that much though. Okay. How's that looking? Can you guys see that? Yeah. Okay, let's get the wave in here. So we have a dip in the middle. And about here. Just gonna have that like that. There we go. Want to go higher with it? Yeah, we'll go a little bit higher. Let's do it this a big ridge on them. Like that. Do you think that his face should be bigger? I kind of want that to be like that. That means tush is gonna come actually all the way out from here. Gotta get that tush. have a line. Let's see where the center of my body is. Alright. Really trying to understand how to see this in 3 dimensions. That is really the trick of art that I have been trying to understand. Is really just how to visualize something and then translate, not just translate it, but to show it as a 3-dimensional form. Right? That's how you actually replicate something, is make it feel real. Like this is starting to feel rounded. So it looks like it's actually taking up space. So, he's got tiny little toes and tiny little feet. It should probably be maybe yay big. I mean, they are tiny little guys in relationship to the rest of them. Like that's generous. Shell pants. He's got like a casing, a mushroom casing pants. There we go. And then look at his little baby feet. It's insane. It's funny, the way I originally sculpted them, I'm gonna have to mess with his dimensions a little bit, because the way I originally sculpted them, I don't think his arms can even reach the middle of his belly to hold the fishing rod, so we're gonna have to mess with his proportions just a little bit. That said, I think his torso is a little short. That's the joy of digital art. Just pop that sucker out. Oh no! Good looks. Thank you, dude. Let me reconnect this. That's very strange that it dropped that signal. Hey-oh. Oh, and it dropped my phone too. Lovely. All of it. When I say technical difficulties, I mean it, man. Holy God. Okay. Try and reconnect this guy. So there we are. Says 1. Thanks. It was a choice. It's definitely a choice. I just feel like the arcade cabinet just captures my essence, you know? All right, I'm connecting the phone. I'll be right back with you there. All right, did that work? I think it worked. The phone is hot. That must be what's going on. Okay, he's over here. Move this one over here. Okay, we can bring this one back up. And then we gotta flip this puppy sideways. Force rotation. There we go. Whoa, a lot of bling blings. Okay, all right, we're almost back here, and then the phone. And then we click this, and then we click this. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bum. There we go. All right, a little off center, but. Hey, we're getting better at it, huh? fixed in relatively record time. Okay. Thank you for catching me up on that. I got caught up in the drawing for a second. All right, here we go. So he's gonna have, let's see, kind of down in your belly. Hands here. Just honestly feels like his arms shouldn't be able to reach. Maybe he's holding it with one hand. I feel like his hands like should be able to come to here. All right. So if this was your arms, how would you do this, Caleb? You'd have to hold. Let's say this is a fishing rod, right? Right here's the handle. Like that. Still have signal. Okay, thank God. Alright, so I feel like we'd have... Could he reach all the way over there? No. So I think he's going to have to actually hold this at a much lower angle. And almost hold it like a rifle. So he's got one hand doing this kind of thing. And the other hand, this is so ridiculous, doing this kind of thing, right? And then I think it's more like that. Something like that. That works. I want to be loyal to him having these stubby little arms. I feel like it's so comical and it adds to so many things in the future they have to overcome because of their short arms. So be that. Something like that. And then that's the rod. And does his have like a whole actual setup? I feel like he made this in nature, right? This has got to have a little bit more simple. Trying to express. I want this guy to be coming towards the camera. So the line gets bigger. That kind of works, right? He'd probably actually have to have his hands on it if he was already asleep. He wouldn't be able to hold it in the air, so his hand would have to be gripped tight up here. Something like that, so he can still be... Ha! That's fun. He's drooling a little bit. The anime drool. It's got a little bit of a lazy eye there. It's slinking. It's gotta be actually... think I want to draw his mouth the way I have it in the original sculpture. Which means it's gonna kind of very toad-like. Not Mario Toad. Just like a toad. Okay, so we get something like that. We have a lily pad. We should probably look up a lily pad. I think it does this. Something like that, right? It's got the split in it. Then maybe I'll have something that he's like sitting on that's kind of popping out. I like having his little toes curl around. It's cute. Let's try it up here. I think this guy needs to move up a little bit and over and out. Perfect. Do like that. Second toe happening here. Cute. Freaking cute, man. Split the difference a little bit. There we go. Something like that, right? It's pretty fresh. Okay. So we have a basic design for him. I kind of love this idea too of like having the water go just a little bit past. So like leaves room for the storytelling of the fishing. Right? And then we can even mess with some of the reeds here and have like a couple of reeds. Alright, so like that. Pop out. That. Horizon's actually way up here. And I can fill all this in. Mountains are here. No, I like having more sky. Keep this low. fish in the water. Oh, interesting. I guess I could do that like beneath the surface here. And have it be like... kind of eyeballing it. Maybe he's like coming from underneath the lily pad. I'll look up a reference. That'd be interesting. Playing under the water like that. I think if that's the case, I might have to shrink boar snore down a little bit. I think if I do that, he might need to move over a little bit so there's room for it to play. How do I do that? Do I go beneath the surface of the water? I think I'm gonna keep this fish here for now. I'll mess with that. I don't know if I like the mountains though. I think I want him to be like in a hidden pond or oasis in the forest somewhere. I feel like the floor spore is on the floor of the forest. So let's see. Maybe. Maybe taller like this, maybe. Or maybe we don't even see the top of the trees, and we just have the light coming between the trees down. The trees go really tall. To show kind of how small he is, right? The trees in the background would be like really big. Have to figure out where maybe the river comes like between the trees and down into this little pond. It's like a stream. Some rocks along the bank. And then it goes into the trees back there too. This tree is probably too close. Interesting. I think that I'm gonna focus on the boar snore now based off of this design and then do a setting separately and then combine the two. I think that's kind of the plan right now. So maybe we do some painting for a second. Just change up the vibe. Okay. I'll jump on 100 flights or drive a million miles. picking a color right now. Somewhere to start. Let's see which one's not triadic, analogous. Yes. Okay, interesting. And a little bit of painting. All right, so easy way to paint. I'm gonna go up to my, hell yeah, brother, hell yeah, brother, welcome, brother. What's up? All right, we're gonna do a color fill on my magic lasso tool here, and just kind of take this whole area to the feet afterwards. An easy way to get the color started here. We'll drop it in behind. Oh wow, they really took every little wobble, didn't it? It's okay. We can fix these edges. Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Man, Nicolette and I started watching the new Daredevil before the stream, based off of the shows that we worked on, like those family of Marvel Netflix shows back in New York, before we even moved out here. And the opening scene was chills. My mouth was wide open. That was really cool. They're going nuts, and it is dark. It is like so nuts that a couple of years ago we're like, oh, Disney doesn't go dark, and now some of the darkest content out there is on there. That Nicolas Cage one where he's a creep is on there. Long legs, insane. I wonder if you're still in the chat, Peach, how did the rest of the armor builds go, or the session you were working the other night? Sorry, I couldn't chat more. I had resin all over the apartment. It was a nightmare to clean up. It smelled like fumes. It was definitely the last resin project I'm doing indoors. That was a lot. Block out the basics in that color. I kind of liked him in the yellow and orange. Do we go with a typical red mushroom cap or play some other colors? This guy I had with just like a pretty simple color pattern with just the baby blue and like the orangey yellow. I don't know. Do we want to go with a red? We can always change it. Maybe I start with like this reddish orange and then go back and evaluate. So let's do it on a separate track. Let's keep all of our colors on separate tracks so we can manipulate them, right? And we're gonna do the same thing we did before. Just come around. Actually, I'm gonna connect it through the back of the head. And then just put this track behind. Boom, 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 boom. Cute. And this one I gotta do it in front of him. There's a couple different ways I could be doing this. I could be painting this as a clipping mask and avoiding these same areas as well. And I might still set it to clipping mask, so anything that goes beyond the border stays in. No, but actually I want this. So this little shape that I drew, you can't really see it too well, but around this leg is supposed to pop up to make it look like a pant leg afterwards. And if I clipping masked it, then the paint would only appear on top of the orange and nowhere else. Woo. Let's get a nice line here. Let's go back a little bit. Let's build up this guy. Maybe this other. Cute. Cut this guy like, yeah. Same thing with the one beneath it. And wheel. Yep. Alright, so before we go any farther, I'm gonna just have fun painting this and go in with some lights and darks. I guess the question is, where is our sunlight? It would make sense for it to be on his face. It seems like he's basking in the sun on a beautiful day fishing. And the way that his face is kind of like this. Wait. The way it's like that, I feel like it's him just taking in the sun. Am I alone in this? I thought not. Alright, here we go. So here's the joy of clipping masks, right? I'm going to make a clipping mask over this one, and I'm going to go in with a much darker red. This is the way I'm going to shade this for now, but this might change. And we're going to come back through. Let's see. So there's going to be kind of a bounce light, right?
Girl, just tired of hearing the same song.
Now, I was thinking about doing darkness under the hood and then having a glow come from certain veins in it. I might still do that. But let's continue on with this one. So now we're going to go the opposite direction and hit with a really light color for where the sun's hitting it, right? Which wouldn't be there, but it would be... Let's get it right on the edge. You know what? I want to clean this up first.
special, into something special, babe. I think I'm falling, never saw it coming. Got just something special, girl. I think I'm falling in love. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool. Oops. Now we can go back.
Think I'm falling in love.
And we'll do this guy.
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
Girl, what you want, you can have it. Girl, oh, it's wherever you wanna go. I take you there. When you come around and I see you move, you get me in a trance like no one could. I want you here by my side. It took a little time, but magical. I didn't see it then, now I see the truth. And girl, I realize I think I'm falling. I think I'm falling into something special, into something special, babe. I think I'm falling, never saw it coming. Got just something special, girl. I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling into something special, into something special, babe. I think I'm falling, never saw it coming. God, you're something special, girl. I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love. Yeah. I think I'm falling in.
Hello. Oh, yes, of course. Batapcast. It's not a different thing. Here we go, clipping mask. So now, go through this guy. bigger. Alright. Yeah. Talking like Jeffrey Goldblum now. Yes. It's coming alive. Do we see it yet? Let's do an airbrush this time, so I don't have to use the smudge tool so much. Whoa. There we go. There we are. Oh, hey. Yes. Yes, ma'am. There we go. Light is getting on this one. Let's just keep it more basic like that. There's the bounce light. Take that. We're in a forest, so maybe the bounce light is going to be a little bit more of a grainy light, right? Something like that. Comboing that, and I think I want to make it a little bit darker, so we're gonna bring this down a little bit. There we go. Bring the saturation up and bring it down. That's real red. bit. Alright, nice, nice, nice. Okay. So if we wanted to now, just to kind of test things out, right? If we wanted to make these pants, say, purple. Put that. We do that, but then we do add. Holy smokes, that's not what I wanted. What I think I want to do, something like that. A raspberry? Maybe not raspberry. Let's keep moving with the main part and then we'll come back. So, want more of like a brown versus darker tones. Alright. So then we do clipping mask. Can you guys still see that okay on the phone? Something like that. There you go. Okay. Hit up this airbrush. That's right, that's right. Especially under here. Crip Kicker 5, what's up, man? So the drop shadow from the umbrella, right? It's actually probably gonna cover like something like that. It's a much better way to do that, and I'm gonna do that in a second. But do we like that? No. We'll come back to this. Let's see. If the sun's hitting, probably be actually up here. It's hitting them directly on the face, right? Not add. What was it? Multiply? There you go. I love that. You know what? I want to set that over. Let's start that fresh. Maybe if we just define some of these spots with an actual paintbrush. Yes. There we go. Okay. So, let's see. Just holding the paintbrush here. I mean the paintbrush. Fishing rod here, right? So he's gonna have this guy. Let me paint the whole thing with this outline actually, then I'll go back in.
visualize. Keep it low, cause you dropping it down. We gon' boogie to the sundown, no. Baby girl, you look so fine, fine, fine. 아무 생각 없이 can we tune it out?
This is the segment of the show where I've been drawing for half an hour, not paying attention to the fact that I haven't said shit. Just trying to feel out these goober feet. Figure out some of this light and shadow, what we're working with here. You know, everything that I've done artistically like this is all self-taught. I went to school for music and film and didn't take, wasn't required to take any lighting courses, which I wish I had known at the time that you need lighting for everything. But I've just been trying to watch, do more studies, observe how light falls on stuff, but I have a long way to go still. Lighting stuff well is such a art form. Straight vibing, baby.
What do you want from me? Lately it's been nothing but a mystery. Curiosity has got me wondering if this'll be alright. I want you in my life for more than a night. You got me overthinking here, where we could be. Needed some clarity. I'm in too deep now. Can't help but picture fantasies. Just you and me, like it's meant to be. Can't you see, baby? You got me overthinking here. You got me overthinking. You got me overthinking. You got me overthinking. You got me overthinking. Yeah, you got me overthinking. You got me overthinking.
What's casting in this where it'd actually be kind of over that eye, right?
Yeah. Logically, it don't make sense.
You know, as much as I want the shadow from the umbrella to fall over the face like that, I'm just not liking how it's landing right now, so I'm gonna have to come back to that. I've learned that just like in real life when you're painting, that when you're doing it in front of an audience, it doesn't make you suddenly do everything perfect the first time. I have to overcome the nerves of getting profusely sweaty the second things don't look the way I want them to, just because I know people are watching.
Respect for me, acting up in front of all my friends. Oh no, I don't like your tone, don't like the games you play, don't like the games you play.
Let's get an interesting. Let's try charcoal or something.
Talk behind my back, already know that you hitting on my friend, already know that you second guess my mindset, but let me just tell you that I already know what is wrong. It's goodbye, cause I know what's on your mind. Deep down in your heart, made you go.
I don't really like this texture. A bit too much might be not great, but oh, this is cool. I haven't planned on it this year, just with everything else that I'm trying to get my hands into. But I would honestly love to. I think I have this old mold. I could always pour more of those. Part of me always wants to be challenged to do like a new thing every year. This character, obviously, but a new shape. I mean, I'm in it with the boar snore now. He's got to continue on into the future. Just add a little bit more warmth, a little more saturation on this skin. What's on your mind? Deep down in your heart, made you go and cheat behind my back. Don't care for me, no girl, I won't compromise. Don't need to analyze. Just realize it, baby. Just realize it slowly. Now I really know who you are. Just realize it, baby. Saying what is wrong with you? Just wanna be close to you. Don't wanna be mad on you. It don't matter what you do. I just wanna be with you. I'll give my all for you. Just calling my name, just want things to be the same. Girl, I don't know why I can't stop thinking about the good times. I don't wanna think about the bad times. So in love in the nighttime, touchdown every time we play time. Can you see you play in my heart? Girl, you're so cold. Eyes on front, my eyes on the road. At first it felt right, but now it feels wrong, and I So I'm not done with this part, but just out of curiosity, I want to see if I were to combine the painting element with the smooth inking element. Like, let's see what our size is. Too big. Way too big.
Love, I never knew until the day that I met you. Colors were gray, melody sung, sounded the same. The sun, stars, and moon, all feeling brighter, earth feeling new. Do what you do, you took my days, filled them with light. Now I can say, baby, it's our time together. Girl, I wanna live my life with you forever. When you're with me, I get better.
So that's a no, but I also think at the same time it's showing me that I need to get really dark and saturate some of this shit.
Weather.
Let's look at this.
It's a time together. It's a time together. Gonna make it through any weather. Just close your eyes, tell me your dreams, all that's inside, all that you need. Hope for a future, beautiful view. Show me the new. 'Cause when you're with me, when I'm with you, girl, there ain't nothing we can do. One for the ages, 100 proof, we'll never lose. Baby, it's our time together. Girl, I wanna live my life with you forever. When you're with me, I better. Gonna make it through highs and lows, any weather.
There we go. See that? It's not there yet, but just being bold about going really fucking dark against your light. Excuse me, language, but it'll make the bright parts pop. And sometimes I just fall back in the trap of being afraid to do that, but you can't be afraid. Until you have really dark stuff, your light will not pop as light, right? It's just what it is. freaking goober, huh? Okay, so we've only had a couple technical difficulties tonight. We are admittedly getting warmed back up. I haven't been on drawing streams for a few days, dealing with everything else. So just getting the hands warmed up again today for sure. But I think we've gotten a start for sure for something that could be pretty fun that we can carry on this week. And in the weeks forwards, we're going to be working more on all of these things from that sticker pack idea. And yeah, when they're ready, I mean, you guys will be the first to know, but all that stuff will be out on the website. So eventually, this will be a cute little lovely boar snore of the floor spore fishing in a beautiful forest. We're going to try to take Lisa's suggestion and put fish, maybe a koi or something, under the water, going after his bait, kind of floating beneath the surface. He's about to be rudely awoken by a nibble. Fishy, fishy. Put in a goblin? What is this, Clark? Just throw anything in there ideas? I'll do a goblin for you. I'll put a goblin in the sticker pack.
Let it go, close your eyes, relax and just let me hold you. Candles, let me light
Brutal.
the fire. Lay with you
Brutal.
under the covers. Yeah, I know tomorrow's coming fast. They can't take this moment,
All right, that's twice. That's twice you got me. One session. Brutal.
only you and me, baby.
Frickin' brutal, man.
Don't want nothing coming in between, baby. Everyone else can go. Tonight I'm trying to be alone. Only you and me, baby. Yeah. Only you and me, baby. Don't want nothing coming in between, baby. Oh, everyone else can go. 'Cause tonight I'm trying to be alone. Only you and me, baby. Oh, oh.
I get Clark to tune in for one stream, and now I can never trust to respond to anything he says ever again. Twice with these nuts. Unbelievable. You think about that, huh? You think about that? You can then take this over. Let me move this over. Whoops. Bloom it. Make it pop. Look at that glow. Sick. Huh? Sick. Huh? Sick. Alright, so now we do a little bit of a, how do I want to hit the rest of this thing? Let's do a little bit of an airbrush. Love it. Sick. Thank you, Elise. I'm going to put a little bit of a glow. Just for the time being. It's a little too heavy. I don't love that. Let's do.
My guitar, less a towel. Drew my heart
really
in
heavy.
a wall, but I felt things were better now. I belong
And then we can
in
adjust our levels.
Got a paper cup full of wine. I played a Charles Bridge on the side, with your hand resting under mine. Hope I'm not so out of line. Your point of view, different taste. Walking slow, bumpy pace. Cause you know we can fall in love. This moment's all it takes. Autumn leaves falling down. Suddenly it's over now. But you know we'll fall in slowly.
Alright. You know, a lot of stuff we didn't get all the way around to tonight. Let me add just a little bit on this guy. These guys have the little kind of like pod toppers.
Just stop the time and listen, babe. Live high, fly to the moon. Take a second, rewrite the stars. Be my sweetheart, you're ever glowing, babe. Can you feel my love from afar?
Something like that.
I went back, see the New York signs. Body numb, just passing time. But I keep my head up high.
We'll decorate those next time too.
It's too late to stumble now. Tune into the little sounds. But you know we'll fall in slowly. You take my breath away between the sheets. My body's weak when you're around, and I don't know how you do. Can you play the tunes we used to? Just stop the time and listen, babe. Live high, fly to the moon. Take a second, rewrite the stars. Be my sweetheart, you're ever glowing, babe. Can you feel my love from afar?
It's like really fast, but
Live high, fly to the moon.
something like that.
Take a second, rewrite the stars. Be my sweetheart, you're ever glowing,
There.
Can you feel my
I don't know if these would actually be hit by light over there. This definitely would though. Something like that. I'll go like that. 20 seconds. New thing. Boom. And then we add. What if we came back with this light on the top of his head? That'd be kind of crazy. I don't know if I like this, but we're gonna try it. Looks like a bunch of little light bulbs. Can't tell, is it better if they're bigger? If it was like this? It seems like a bit much. Yes, that is a bit much. Fun, but a bit much. I won't get rid of those guys. All right, it's a starting point. It's a starting point. It's been 2 hours. We're back, obviously. These things are working somewhat, right? We're drawing We got the iPad now with the hands, so I can show you a little bit more of what I'm working on down here. We got the chat working with Twitch chat going and YouTube chat going. Thank you guys for tuning in on Twitch too, helping me with those numbers. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, a few weeks ago I was doing this every week and had a really good flow going. So I hope to return to that now that these, knock on wood, issues are in the rear view window. Like I said, oh, if you guys came late, just an idea, a little preview. This is kind of the sticker pack idea. So this is the one that we were kind of reinventing today. If you see in the bottom left or right to the left, right there, pointing that way. Yeah, this guy. That's kind of what we were reinventing today. We're going to be working on a new logo. The mana bottle is pretty far along. That's one of the few ones that I've kind of been redesigning from my old design. I'm liking where this is headed. That kind of paint meets cartoony look, like heavy black, clean outline mixed with nice organic paint. So this might be the direction we end up going back, I think, to unify everything for that Borsnor the Floor Spore. See how he has the outlines there? I think it'll all match up nicely eventually. The sword, the SuperDoomSword, first iteration of this guy. We're going to make a new arcade cabinet that shows more of the 45 with the side angle to get more of the Super Doom flavor on the side of the cabinet. We're going to be working on the bunny sticker from, again, if you missed it, the basic cable line, which I only did for one art show. It's called Tag Fest in LA last year. I was working until 4 in the morning the night before on it, so I did have some issues pop up, and I'm going to go back and hit these guys, and then, where are we? There. Release these, work on a updated version, but also the Grumble 2.0 is happening. And I did promise the other day that I might give a little bit of a sneak peek. So before I sign off, I'll give a little bit of a sneak peek. Coming back. Hold on. Hold your horses, people. Hold your horses. All right, let me grab a Grumble for reference. Okay, so this one I'm holding here. This was my original master. This was my original Grumble master. Cute, fun starting point. But like all things, it has to evolve or die. Right? So for 2.0, I want to be able to actually play with this thing a little bit. Not just move this one piece, play with it. This was a one-piece mold. This was 13 pieces. A nightmare, but I pulled it off. So I think at 13 pieces, I can make this a little bit more complicated with 3 or 4 pieces, and also simple enough that I'm not going to pull all my hair out. Enough talking. So, what do we got? I guess I'll just put all these pieces together as they are right now, and then kind of explain the thought process. Let's get these guys smushed. These are not actually attached right now, so hopefully nothing falls. All right. Are we ready, chat? Cream of the crop. Cream of the crop. Here's Grumble 1. Here's where Grumble started. Keep in mind, early version of this. This is where we're headed with Grumble 2. Grumble 1. Grumble 2. Let me show you this profile because I'm obsessed with the new profile. This guy's pretty cool from the front, but from the side, it is pretty linear. Doesn't have a lot of bulk for being such a big boy. Grumble number 2. Sideways profile. That's authentic. thick boy. Ah! All right, so what this is gonna be is 4 pieces: body, head, and 2 arms. And what I'm going to do is use the neodymium. I'm gonna use this particular type of magnet. It's very strong for being a small magnet. And what I'm gonna do is attach a magnet in this socket and on this arm, so that when you are posing this guy at home, yes, he can stand like this, but he could also put his hand in the air, turn his head at a cute angle. Personality, personality, personality. You can put both hands in the air like he's cheering. Technically, I think the hands can go all the way up, and I'm going to make it so that there is a flat side of the knuckle, so that he could technically do a handstand if he's balanced correctly. I just want to evolve it from just a figurine to a cool art toy, you know? And I know I'm on the right path, because just messing with this guy as I'm still sculpting him and building him, I can't help but just pose him and hold him and wiggle the arms around a little bit, because it's just fun. It's just kind of fun feeling in your hand, this thick boy. Oh, by the way, he got that ass, as the last one did as well. Kind of flatter butt cheeks on that one. But this boy, he got that ass. Yes, it will be a magnetic head, so it will only be rotational this way, but it will be magnetic. So I'm going to have a magnet here and on the arms. So the arms will be able to rotate like this, this way, and head will be able to do this. Right? And the beauty of this is that as we release new ones with this new design, and you collect more than one, are you following? You can switch them out. So we can have a red lava arm on a gray slate mossy rock monster. We can have a clear one with glitter that's got an obsidian head. It's gonna be sick. All right, I'm not holding back on it. It's gonna be sick. So that's where we're at. Grumble 2.0. You guys tonight got the first sneak peek. A lot of you guys are seeing for the first time basic cable, which I have not really been putting out to the public. Oh, I lost all of my cameras again. That's funny. Everything just popped out. That's fine, because the stream's basically over anyways. Interchangeable parts. You got it. You absolutely got it. Yeah, so that is on the agenda for the near future. I'm working on the sticker pack, and then I'm going to take those images and be putting them on t-shirts and mugs and bags and stuff like that based off of these initial designs that we're working on. Meanwhile, I'll be doing some modifications on the small batch of basic cable bunnies that I put out, and those will be ones that aren't promised will be up on the website, and those ones are going to be a little bit more expensive because they were a nightmare. And there's only a few of them. I think I have like 6 left or something like that. So 6 or 7. Anywho, that's going to be in the works. Grumble 2.0 is going to be in the works. All that stuff will be available on the website going forwards. I plan on doing a lot more of these streams on a regular basis. There's going to be a gaming stream. I'm so excited you're excited, Lise. I am too. The Monday gaming stream might go to Sunday in the near future. There's going to be a big update for Baldur's Gate. So myself and Andy, who plays as Bubba Moosebuckle right now with me in Baldur's Gate, and whoever I can rope into it, are going to start a new campaign with new classes. So we're going to do Sunday game days, and once we switch Monday game days to Sunday, I might start doing an art day on Monday as well. So that would be Monday through Thursday. So the future looks bright. As long as my computer holds up and the iPad holds up, the future looks very bright. So thank you guys for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I thank you for the patience, from a lot of me promising to be back and then just literally one thing after another with this internet and everything. But I'm glad I'm back. And I'm glad you guys were here and you got to hang out with me for a little bit tonight. And yeah, a lot of artwork to come. So if this is your first time, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you. As always. Oh my god, did my mouse disappear? Good. So I can't even... So I was gonna sign off. And now, I think everything's frozen. So I'm going to figure that out as I talk about the technical difficulties, and I'm going to cover my microphone and cover my camera and shut off my microphone, and this is the end of the stream. So thank you guys for coming on this quest with me, and I'll see you in the next one. That's it. The stream's over. You don't have to go home. But you can't stay here. I love you. Good night.